Wednesday. It's 6 p.m. It's the ThinkSoJoE Show!
I'm
waiting for you to laugh.
I'm sorry, what show is it again?
You should have been paying attention. Anyways, what's up?
Hey.
We're here. We'll give you guys a couple of minutes to get on the streams here, and hopefully we got the right links out there for everything, because I don't know what the fuck's going on. Hey, somebody said something. Oh, there's that one. Anyway. I need to add a nonsensical thing for the chat here. Anyway, yeah, hey, we're here. We made it 6 p.m. Wednesday. Apparently, I do have to click the go live button after scheduling a stream.
Okay.
So now I know for next week to hit that button early so that we actually go and our whole intro sequence plays on the YouTube and the Facebook. And we're apparently on the Facebook, I think. I hit the button, it says we're playing Mortal Kombat 11, which we are not. We were just talking about Mortal Kombat 11 before we came on the air, but we're not actually playing Mortal Kombat 11. It just makes me pick a game before we go on Facebook Live for some reason, and I don't know. Oh, hey, look,
we're live.
It does say we're live. If I click on it, does it give us audio from the thing? Because I don't want that. Nope, we got captions. Haha.
Haha.
Yeah, just like last week. All right, so yeah, we're live. We're good. We apparently came in with about 5 seconds left on our intro sequence. So
Okay.
I don't know if that hit YouTube at the same time, because that's what happened last week was we came in on, like, welcome to the show last week on Facebook, and, like, we came in a couple of sentences in on YouTube. Anyway, we're still working on our aesthetic here on the show.
Look at the lights, though.
We got pretty blue lights behind us now, which will probably be more prominent once it gets dark outside and the light from the window's not coming in.
Yeah,
get another curtain like that one and put it up over there. But
I can arrange this. We just need the curtain rod.
yeah. Unfortunately,
there's a curtain rod over there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the curtain I have up over here was given to me by the hotel I used to work at, which is, like, nobody I know works there anymore except for, like, Bob. Mm. So, and apparently they don't know that my buddy John doesn't work there anymore. He didn't tell them. He just literally left and went to Virginia.
Well,
so
good for him, though.
I was chatting with him last night. He just literally moved yesterday. He texted me like, hey, can I call you? Like, yeah, sure. I'm not doing anything right at the moment. So he called me around. I was watching a hockey game from 1975, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But, yeah, so he calls me and he said, yeah, we just moved today and we just got here about 6 o'clock and, it only took us, 8 hours to get here. Like, hey, that's cool, man. Like, yeah. So he moved to Virginia and now he's my buddy that I used to use as an excuse to go to ETS all the time over on Elmwood Tacos and Subs.
I guess you'll have to take me to get tacos.
So, well, I guess, so now the thought process is, okay, well, you live an hour and a half outside of DC. Maybe I could come down to DC. You could show me around, and we can find some stuff for food and records and books, I guess, because that was his thing, was the books. But I always got I always went to the record store afterward and would come home with the records. So I haven't spent any money on records since all the. Well, that's not true, I guess, because I did subscribe to the Metallica vinyl club.
It counts.
I don't know when I'm getting my first vinyl from that, but I subscribed. I paid my $50 and I'm getting vinyls all year round.
How many do you get?
I think there's like 4 shipments throughout the course of the year.
Okay.
There were options. You could actually get 4 shipments throughout the course of the year, or you could get them all at once. And I decided to go with the 4 throughout the course of the year because, like, ooh, okay, that's something to look forward to every couple of months now. Every 3 months, I guess that would add up to.
Okay.
And but yeah, I was watching this hockey game last night. It was the Sabres and the Canadiens from 1975's NHL Stanley Cup playoffs.
Wow.
And I saw a fight. And the dude from the Sabres got 2 minutes, and the dude from the Canadians got 4 minutes. Like, what? How does that work? When do you like? I've never seen a fight get less than 5 minutes, but these guys got 2 minutes and 4 minutes, and then on the ensuing on the ensuing 4-on-4, there's Jim Schonfield for the Buffalo Sabres. He's out there not wearing a helmet because it's the 1970s, and he's like out there blocking shots. Like, dude, are you nuts?
Wow.
Like, man, that's a total tough guy thing. It was a little later than Jacques Plante started wearing the goalie mask and convinced everybody else to do it, because everybody's wearing masks. Did you see the Buffalo goaltender's just bald spot back here because it's one of those, like, Jason masks?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, man, like, hockey was wild back in the 70s. You get it, this guy's out here with no fucking helmet on blocking shots, and the goalie's wearing a mask because they're forcing him to. Because damn well these guys are just like, I don't want to wear this fucking thing. You can't breathe in those things. The masks now are so much better. They protect you better, and you can breathe, They're not pressed up against your face like this,
So I got to tell you, I looked up in the monitor.
Yeah.
And I saw Ashton up here.
Yeah.
He scared the shit out of me. I wonder if you guys saw that moment of like, oh shit, who's in the room?
I'll tell you what, like XM Priory asked if we got our own Carl Skelly Winslow back here, but no, that's not our equivalent. Well, I guess it would be our equivalent to Carl.
I guess.
But it is in fact Ashton.
Yeah.
That's our facsimile of Ashton.
He's working hard.
He's not able to be here physically, so we've got him in spirit in the little skull guy he gave us when he first did the show here.
Yeah.
So
I miss him.
Yeah, I miss everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, we're finally talking about when the band is going to do stuff again.
When are nightclubs and bars and stuff supposed to open
again? The earliest we're going to see bars and clubs and things like that open is going to be like the end of June.
Okay.
Which means goodbye all WNY prom. Unfortunately, it looks like that's going to be a cancellation we're going to have to make.
Right. Do you have a pen?
Yes, I do, as a matter of fact. Here you go.
Thank you.
Anyway,
that
looks like that's going to be a thing we have to do. Unfortunately, is cancel all WNY prom. We didn't want to. We really don't want to. But Porch Fest, which was the same day, South Buffalo Porch Fest, is actually going virtual.
Oh, how cool.
So we're actually working right now to figure out how we're going to contribute to South Buffalo Porch Fest.
Cool.
So at least we can do something. We can have an excuse to get back together and do stuff. They actually are encouraging us to do it, 2 people in a room and 2 people in another room and shoot them and, match them together or whatever. But we're like probably going to just go do band practice and shoot it and, multi-camera setup for shots and,
cool.
Different microphones and stuff to see what sounds best and submit something to them. And that needs to be done, I think, by the 28th. So sometime in the next 2 weeks, I get to see my band again.
That's really cool, though.
It is. I'm very happy about that I get to at least do something outside of the house instead of just sitting here, all day, every day, just watching TV and watching YouTube and working and rearranging my studio.
Yeah.
We got a new desk. You can't tell. You can't see it in the video.
You guys can't see.
No, because we're the same distance away. Like with the keyboard shelf out, it measures the same distance away as the table did.
Well, here you can push the shit in, and we can.
So now we can get this.
Like
close?
we're actually
way. I don't want to be that close.
No, I don't really. That's not.
That's too close.
We're social distancing.
Anyways, but yes, yeah. So we got a new little console in here. It's I have a keyboard, not a keyboard, a computer, like little cart thing that's coming today. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm just gonna keep the computer right where it is and not even bother with the cart.
What are you gonna do with the cart?
I don't know. Keep it in the box. Use it eventually.
The other computer go on it?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I don't know.
Let's talk about it.
We'll figure out after the show, but because that's when it'll be here is after the show.
Yeah, but you have stuff going on after the show.
I do. I got wrestling to watch and hockey to watch, and
Yeah.
I don't even know when the hockey game is. See, it's still in our area. It's in our area. It is not almost there yet. I had a package Monday. It said almost there, and it was almost there for like an hour before it finally got. And I'm like, God damn! Like, and it wasn't any like there was nothing extraordinary in this. Our video stopped up here. There it goes. It's going again. Okay. Anyway, but there was nothing extraordinary that I was waiting on Monday. There's nothing extraordinary really I'm waiting on today either. There's that computer cart, and we got some little hooks for the headphones to hang them up over the monitors.
Yeah, that's gonna be cute.
You know, and like keycaps for a keyboard that got lost in the mail and will be here apparently tomorrow. Even though I ordered it before I ordered any of the shit that came Monday or any of the shit that's coming tomorrow. Or today, rather. Like, how long... It's just, like, if you would have shipped it on time, it might have not gotten lost in the mail.
This is true.
So,
or it wouldn't have been such a big deal because you would have been on schedule.
Right. Well, I mean, it's just a keyboard. I have a keyboard. I don't need a keyboard. I bought the keyboard because it's about an inch or two smaller than this one.
Okay.
And I got it before I even thought about moving this desk over here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, ooh, that'll save me some space, and I can move the Stream Deck over a little bit. So that way I can have it. But now, like, you know, I have a keyboard shelf, so I don't need a smaller keyboard. It's, you know, it's going to be louder. I'm excited about that. It's got cooler lighting effects, so I'm excited about that.
That's cool. I gotta say though, you sound furious when you are typing. Like I'll be laying down and you'll have, especially if the door's open, and like, man, when you hit that space bar, it's like.
I think you're hearing me hit the backspace key, honestly. I don't know. Maybe it might be in space bar. I don't know. I'm not sure what to expect with sound from this one coming up. I am excited about the keycaps I got because they're mostly clear except for the top. So like the light's just gonna come right through it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like nice and diffused. It's gonna look really cool. So I'm excited about that. Those are coming today, and I could probably put them on this keyboard in the meantime. But
that seems like a little bit of work.
Seems like a waste of time, yeah. Especially I have like $100 and something bucks worth of work to do tonight.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't have to do it tonight, but I've been clearing my inbox out every night. I've been happy, like, hey, look, I'm done with everything. I don't have to do anymore. So
you've actually been in bed a little bit earlier.
I've been coming to bed about 3:30. I've been done with work about 2:30 every night.
Yeah.
But I just been like, okay, I'm not tired though. Like I want to eat.
Well, that's like hours difference of what you're used to going to bed.
Well, you know, and then I'm done with work, and I'm like, I want to eat.
Right.
So I'm gonna eat, and then I'm gonna, you know, watch YouTube or whatever. Last night I watched Dark Side of the Ring, that excellent series if you're a wrestling fan to watch on the channel Vice.
So Dark Side of the Ring, I'll tell you guys what that is. That is when you eat some mushrooms, you put on the Dark Side of the Moon, and you put on WrestleMania 23. I don't know. I just picked one. No, I don't.
WrestleMania.
That's what it's always going to be.
She wants to watch WrestleMania 23 set to Dark Side of the Moon so she could watch Donald Trump shave Vince McMahon's head. Gotcha. That's that WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. No, that is not what Dark Side of the Ring is. Dark Side of the Ring is a fantastic documentary series on Vice about basically the underside of wrestling. So like you know, a couple of weeks ago they did the assassination of Dino Bravo, who was he wasn't a huge star in the United States, but he was huge in his hometown of Montreal.
Okay.
But he got involved with the mob, and the general consensus is that he was killed by mob bosses who over some illegal over an illegal cigarette trade.
Wow, of all things.
Yeah, and then you know the earlier in this season was like the death of Bruiser Brody, who was killed killed at a show in Puerto Rico by one of the other wrestlers.
Oh,
and,
on purpose?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in the dressing room. It wasn't like in the ring. It was
Oh,
like, yeah,
okay.
he was literally like murdered. And then like
I
you've
mean-
got guys like Dutch Mantel and Tony Atlas on there who are like, yeah, we know what happened and we were supposed to testify, but we never got our deposition to testify until after the trial was over. So, yeah.
Well, that's neat.
Yeah, so and yeah, it's an excellent series if you're into pro wrestling and you want to know more about the history and get, some insider insight into some of these things of this is what happened to these in this situation, this is how this went down, and it's a great show. It airs I think Tuesday nights on Vice.
Okay.
Which is, I've been watching it on their website through my cable subscription. But yeah, I've been trying to keep up. I've caught every episode now. I finally watched all of season 1, and I've been trying to watch season 2 as it airs, or at least the night that it airs.
Yeah.
So
It's close enough.
yeah, so that's something to watch if you're into pro wrestling like I am, or if you just want to know more about the dark side of professional wrestling and these crazy murder stories and The one last night was about the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, right? And it's like, oh yeah, Hawk was addicted to drugs and that's how he died. Like, okay, great.
That's not even. I mean,
like,
no disrespect, but that's not even interesting anymore. That's just like shit that happens to people every day.
I mean, like, the Road Warriors weren't all that great to me anyway, and I'm sure there's some wrestling fans out there that are just screaming at this broadcast like blasphemy. Hey, you know what we never did? We never went live on all WNY. Speaking of which, anyway, hi to our all WNY listeners. We're so concerned with how do we get this live stream going on Facebook and YouTube that we forgot all about you guys. Hi. But anyway, so yeah. Anyway, but yeah, the Road. So, and then it's like they conveniently left off the later part of the Road Warriors where they had Heidenreich as a member, and it's like, okay, yeah, leave off the thing that just like ruins the fucking legacy of the Road Warriors and defines that Demolition was better anyway because they never needed some undercard guy to fill in a spot because one of their guys died of drug. Well, he didn't die of drugs. He died of, he used drugs for several years and then he got clean, but he died at like 46 because he used drugs heavily when he was young.
Yeah.
So
that happens too.
Anyway, we just got a heart react. I don't know who did it, but somebody heart reacted.
Yay.
Yeah. And what's crazy is after the show, it'll tell me everybody who reacted, like on the screen.
Oh, I see how it's telling us from last week.
That's from last week, everybody who reacted.
Yeah.
And if you guys subscribe, it'll tell us. If you subscribe on YouTube, it'll tell us.
Oh, cool.
We're supposed to, I can set it up so if we get a subscriber, it'll just like pop up a little like, walking taco or some shit on the screen. But yeah.
So should we talk about the prize and the poll and everything now?
You should talk into the microphone, but yes.
I didn't realize the microphone was as far away from me. Okay, so it's no secret, we're playing Voice of Dissent's new song today.
Mm-hmm.
They are awesome enough that they are going to give a CD to a winner of, okay, you guys remember when we used to do the polls and like nobody really cared?
Mm-hmm.
We're doing one more. And the poll is going to be put up later, but it's going to be, do you miss local concerts? Yes or no?
If you're listening to this show and you don't miss local concerts, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
So, I certainly miss local concerts. I was in mid conversation yesterday, and one of the things I said was, "We'll cross that bridge when we come to it," and I'm like, "Yeah, Scarecrow show." And which I posted on Facebook, and Ben says I owe him money every time I say that now. But I'm gonna go one better, and we're gonna play his song we're gonna play that song on the show today.
There we go.
Yeah, see, it all comes together. I actually went through because I'm like, okay, I know we play some of these. We played Scarecrow show a lot on the show.
Yeah.
Mostly because we booked the Scarecrow show a lot.
Yeah. It just makes sense.
And we've also, played, I thought we played STEM more recently than we did.
Been a while.
But it actually has been, so I actually went on 716bands.com and I searched for these bands. It's like, oh, we haven't played Scarecrow show since November. We haven't played STEM since, October. So, okay, yeah, we're good to play these bands now. Like, I don't want to, I'm trying not to cluster bands so close together and getting played on the show.
Yeah.
But, anyway, Laura's lost her damn mind in the chat on YouTube, as usual. That's nothing new.
She's having fun talking to herself, though.
I guess.
She's running with scissors.
There's nobody else in the chat to talk to her,
know.
so that's, whatever. That is what it is.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Cool.
I almost bought a Edmonton Oilers jersey yesterday, and I think about this because there's a, Kevin Smith live stream going on right now, so if you guys want to watch somebody play, watch Kevin Smith play video games, I think is what's going on there. I don't know. But if that's something you're, I guess you could always watch us later, but we'd prefer if you stuck around and watched us now. Anyway.
Watch him later.
Yeah, watch him
He's
later.
He's just playing a game.
Yeah, right. I could play video games on stream too. I just haven't bothered yet. I'm thinking if I don't do it before then, I might do it when the Mortal Kombat expansion comes out.
Yeah.
But I don't know because there's a whole new storyline to this Mortal Kombat expansion. And so the thing about that is what's the etiquette here? Can you play a story mode on a game that just came out? Canuton's in the chat here. We're going to play them, I think, what is it, next week? Or 2 weeks?
I think it's 2 weeks.
I know they're
going to be visiting with us on the 3rd.
That's right.
I think
that's right.
Is that 2 weeks?
That is 2 weeks.
Okay. Time means nothing right now.
Anyway, so, what I'm wondering is the etiquette for live streaming a story mode of a video game, right? Especially if I were to do it the day it came out. Because obviously, if I'm dropping $40 on Mortal Kombat, I'm playing Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Which is just an expansion to the Mortal Kombat 11 that's out now that Facebook is telling you we're playing, which we are not currently doing yet. 2 weeks. Anyway, how does, what's the etiquette? Am I able to do that? Is that a spoiler?
Yeah.
Is that frowned upon in the streaming community? I don't know.
It seems like it is a spoiler, but at the same time, you can choose not to watch that stream.
Also true. So, when Metallica put out Hardwired to Self-Destruct, they were putting music videos out every hour from the album. They released, they released 3 before the album came out, but then the day before the album came out, they're like, all right, we're going to post a new video every hour. In the order that they are on the CD. So I was getting yelled at because I was sharing them. And it's like, oh, you're spoiling the album. You're spoiling how am I spoiling the album when I'm literally taking it from the band's page?
They were spoiling the album.
Yes, the rabies t-shirt. I was thinking about, Living Brain Dead got compared to the Misfits recently, and I'm like, there's no better Buffalo band that's ever done it than the Rabies with the horror punk thing. So, anyway, so that's a question, though. I really should probably find out. Angel played with the Rabies back in 2011. Played keyboard with them. Anyway, so that I really should find that out before I go and just live stream the story mode, because that's probably what I'll jump right into.
Yeah.
Unless I just, start doing a playthrough with a character instead of doing the story mode. I don't.
Who is the authority? Who would you ask?
You know who I might ask is my buddy, the Coaster. He does Twitch streams.
Okay.
I don't know what days he does them. I think Fridays and Saturdays. I know he does Fridays at 10 p.m. He does live gaming streams. Mm-hmm. And I think he does Saturdays. His beard is looking phenomenal. Let's go check out his Twitch stream. I'll try and find a link for you and post it somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, I was watching his stream a little bit on Friday because I was waiting for a script, and I was just like, oh well, I'm waiting. I'll watch Adam's video here, and
Yeah.
you know, I saw he was sitting there playing. I don't know what game he was playing because I don't play those first person games. I can't.
Oh yeah, I can't either. They make me puke.
Yeah, exactly.
Straight up.
So I'm like watching him play, and I'm just like, hey man, you know how you doing? Your beard looks great. You should get a green screen so you're not you know, having a whole square of space there that you're playing the game across. You're playing in front of the game, you know. Which he said, no, I like this background without a green screen. You know, like okay, cool. I'm still thinking of getting a green screen for right behind us.
Well, now that there's room,
I actually posted on things you might not know. I posted a text post saying, you know, thanks to everybody who's subscribed over the, you know, who's subscribed. I know I haven't posted a video in a while. You know, I was going to take a week off. Then it became 2 weeks. Then it became a month. Then it became, and then a month became, holy shit, 22 months.
Oh my God.
Since I last did a Things You Might Not Know video.
Seriously? Has it been that long?
And it has been that long, 22 months.
Wow.
It was in June of 2018 I last posted a video. So I said, you know, I'm thinking of coming back. I just, you know, I got to figure out how I want to present these videos because I don't really want to go back to like standing in front of the green screen, not knowing what to do with my hands. So, I mean, like sitting here and having my script going above the desk here and just kind of looking up at the camera and reading it, I'm sure that would be much better, but I would still like to have the wild kind of, you know, like situational backdrops.
Yeah, that was fun.
I mean, right there you can see that I'm looking like above the camera and I don't, which was, you know, something if I'm further away from the camera, you're not going to see that. It'll look like I'm looking at the camera.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I want to do. Maybe I'll put it like right up here and I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to do Things You Might Not Know when I bring it back.
That's exciting though. I'm eager to see what kind of things we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I have one script that was from my old writer, and I still need to get a new writer. I think that's step maybe 2 after I figure out how I want to present the show.
Right.
I think I'll just basically sit in a chair and you know, this way I can rest my hands on the desk. They're not in the shot the whole time. If I need to emphasize something, then I can use my hands.
Yeah.
I can point at shit that's going on the green screen. Yeah, exactly. And I think, you know, that would be a little bit better than me standing there like, what do I do with my hands? And worrying about it the whole time. And, you know, then I'm like trying to, if you watch the later videos, I'm trying to focus on not moving my right hand so much when I'm moving my left hand. Or the other way, to not be like, you know, this. Like I'm doing in the earlier videos, I'm trying to focus more on not doing that. Whereas, you know, when I'm doing the podcast, it's more natural because I'm just sitting here. You don't see me moving as much, moving my hands and moving all over the place. But I definitely want to bring back Things You Might Not Know. And
Cool.
Especially, you know, I'm up to like 80 something subscribers on that channel.
Oh, that's cool.
I finally replied to the guy from Oregon.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I finally like logged into that channel and was like, you know what? While I'm at it, might as well log in here, reply to this guy, post something saying, hey, you know I haven't done a video in like 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, which by the way, Company Man just celebrated 3 years yesterday.
No shit.
Yeah, and I commented on his 3-year anniversary video by saying that. You know, no matter what he does and how many videos he does, and he's done videos every week for the past 3 years rather. Mm-hmm. Like, no matter what he does to you, he's always going to be the Kmart guy. Exactly. And I said, it's all because of the Twitter rant I went on when I worked the day at Kmart. And tagged him in a tweet. Like, hey, you remember this guy? You know, you remember when you did the video about Kmart? Well, I worked there, and man, let me tell you how it sucks to work at Kmart. You know, but yeah, you know, so congratulations to him who doesn't listen to this show. He has in the past listened to an episode because I mentioned him, and I told him that I mentioned him. But yeah, it's you know, good for him. He's been able to keep content going for that long and doing it weekly and doing all the work it takes to go in there and doing it all on a Blue Yeti microphone. He mentioned on his video.
Serious?
Yeah, he did. He said says, somebody asked him about the evolution of his microphone since it is a voiceover primarily a voiceover channel.
Mm-hmm.
He said, there is no evolution. I just been using this Blue Yeti mic I picked up at Best Buy.
Wow.
And it's like, oh man, okay, good for you, dude. You managed to do a whole series for 4 years on a Blue Yeti. I got rid of mine within a year.
Yeah.
I didn't. Of course, I have more, professional microphones and know what I'm looking for in a microphone. But anyway, it's time to play some music.
Ooh, what are we
We're not
gonna
getting
play?
yelled at in the chat about it though. But it's time to play some music, and this is going to be Voice of Dissent, and this song is called Revenge. On all WNY, ThinkSoJoE Show.
Associations not previously mentioned, I'd like to welcome you to the ends of the line. A recurring nightmare of catatonic witness to a concluding purgatory. It's the final stop, and this train shows no intentions of slowing as it approaches a dead end that lies just ahead. All the passengers seem to be unconscious and unaware of the impending doom, so we're left with two options. Either burn in a fiery crash, or leave once and for all, and take back the lives they stole from us, and take back what's ours by any means necessary!
Why are you speaking about the war, Dr. King? Why are you joining the voices of dissent? The voices of dissent. The voices of dissent.
The people catering the leeches are evil. You spend what's ours on a war. We hurt each other so that you can get more. It's not a choice. It's not a voice. It's not our decision, not in our vision to have blood instead of food. A divisive ideology instead of the truth. We're running around in circles again, chasing our tails till we starve to death. One more ends, another begins, granting peace to the world through a bombing campaign. Go! 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 All of our efforts just lead to despair. All our developments will never see a share. Our decisions have been hijacked. We're left confused, so we can't attack back. This isn't what we wanted! This isn't what we made! I wanted a life that wasn't just a waste. Development on top of a tomb. Encasing the future, bearing the truth. We're running around the world again, toppling governments and erecting regimes. New tells one story, eyewitnesses different. The truth through the world through a smear campaign. Lost in the crisis. So many ways could go down, but there's only one way out. We gotta tear them down, clean out the house, then burn it to the ground. Only one way out. We gotta tear them down, clean out the house, then burn it to the ground. They're at the negotiating table. more inmates means more money.
I don't believe you need 40,000 or 30,000 ventilators.
Consciously mishandling a toxic chemical for the sake of profits and taking advantage of their victims. For the sake of profit, for the sake of profit, for the sake of profit, for the sake of profit.
Look what they took from us. You can't even salvage it. Think of what could have been while building the palaces. Hear all the pain they caused. Feel the joy missed out on. Indulgence at our expense. Now revenge! I don't just want change. I want revenge. I don't just want change. I want revenge. 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 It's not enough anymore to apologize and we're just hoping to change your actions. Apologies don't restore lives, they just restore faith in liars. And now we've passed the point where we'll settle for diplomatically taking you out of power. We've all had to suffer under punishment mentality and the lesson of eye for an eye. Peaceful revolution has now been taken off the table.
Voice of Dissent on all WNY Think So Joe show.
Those kids are great.
That was a great song.
I mean, they're not even really kids, but they're kids compared to us.
You go on their Spotify and it's like that's the first song on Spotify, and then like the next song is Jesus Said That He Loved Me.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, cool. Like I'm gonna listen to this after I finish recording this to the
definitely.
board here.
That's a great song.
It is a great song. Yeah, my package still isn't here yet. Also, USPS was supposed to pick up a package today and didn't.
What the fuck?
So it's not just FedEx that's unreliable now, apparently.
Wow.
Apparently FedEx, one of my friends posted on Facebook that they let somebody else sign for their package
Yeah.
and never got their package.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah. Good on FedEx. And I'm like, yeah, good luck with customer service there, because all they ever do for me is like, oh, we're sorry, we won't let it happen again. And then they just continue to be terrible, and there's nothing I can do about it. Because, like, okay, well, I can't convince Zounds to ship my guitars, any other way than FedEx. And,
Yeah.
I don't know why UPS seems to be a little bit cheaper just from my shipping experience.
Really?
Yeah. Like when I had to ship that pedal back to Zounds,
Yeah.
actually, it was like UPS was a little bit cheaper than FedEx.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, well, I don't know. I mean, but then again, we're still waiting on UPS and it's, almost 7:00.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. Usually they're here before 6, but, to their credit, it never said that it was getting here at any specific time, just said before 9.
Yeah.
So, it'll be here eventually, and then I'll have, stuff I don't need that I bought. I bought a projector, thing to put on a ceiling to hold the projector, right? And, I went, because it was like $5. I saw a deal on it. I'm like, ooh, I need that. And then I bought it, and then I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I can't really use this. Not with my current situation. Not like where my plugs are, and like, how am I going to pull this off? It would be nice to have it in a static place.
Yeah.
Because right now I have it on like a wobbly mic stand that's converted into a projector stand. So like, and
it's rigged up brilliantly.
Well, but then I have to go like mess with it and just keep turning it and tweaking it until I get it to like level with the screen. So like, it would be nice to have a more permanent place to have it. But at the same time, it's like, how am I going to plug all this in?
Yeah.
Like, we have high ceilings.
Yeah, this is a big house.
Yeah. Ceiling in here is like 8 foot something, like 8.5 feet or something. I measured.
Really?
Yeah.
I would think it's taller.
No, it's about 8.5 feet. I measured. I was just trying to figure out like square footage and how much, like I was trying to do my taxes, and it's like, oh, well, how many square feet? Like, while I'm measuring shit, how tall are these ceilings? So, yeah, they're pretty damn tall ceilings. I have short cords for my projector,
Right.
which really, what do I need? I need to run a cable for my speaker.
Yeah.
And I need to run
Power.
and then I've got the Roku, which will just plug right into the projector.
Oh, yeah.
But then I need to power the Roku, which actually I think I could do with the projector. So that wouldn't be a thing. Is that actually Brian?
Hi, Brian.
I don't know if that's actually Brian.
I don't know either.
Brian, if that's actually you, text me and let me know it's actually you, because Laura was imitating you last week.
So it's time to talk about live streams.
Oh, yeah. Those things.
Yeah.
We got some coming up this week. We've got, I didn't put these in any order, actually.
Oh.
So, because I
That
just
sucks.
assumed they were in order because
Nope,
they were
not
typed,
even a
and they're
little bit.
not at all.
Not
Okay,
even a little.
so this is Friday at 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. It is week 8 of the Post-Apoc Showcase. Join us Friday. Artists go song for song in a showcase that will resonate for miles in living rooms amidst the ruins. Sally Schaefer uses multiple instruments and some electronics to reinvent. Yeah, okay, but I'm telling you, text me if that's actually you, so I know it's you. Anyway, Sally Schaefer, Philip Steven is on there. Michael Farrow is the other artist this week.
Yeah.
And then we've got on Saturday, Rich and Lexxi, a live stream with 6 feet in between.
Clever.
Rich and Lexxi are pretty bummed they couldn't go through with their tour of Canada. So they decided to schedule an online performance to lift their spirits and hopefully yours. Catch them at 6 p.m. on Saturday as they play the playlist that they were going to perform on the tour. They'll be maintaining a 6-foot distance at all times. Get your avid requests and drinks ready because it's going to be a good time.
Nice.
You did not. Anyway. But yeah, so check that out. But it's gonna be a good set. I got offered a tour and we weren't able to take it.
Yeah, that
Unfortunately, it was a
sucks.
big tour, and I'm not really bummed about it because it's like, okay, if we take this tour, then we have to figure out how we're working and how we're getting to all these venues and everything. But we ended up not being able to take it anyway. This Sunday, an acoustic tribute to 70s rock, live Facebook with Mike Zogaria. The theme this week is 70s bands. He loves this stuff and put together a really cool song list for this one. Just go over to his personal page, Mike Zogaria. He'll make it public so everyone can watch, comment, and share.
Great.
Like Mike, I think he's a fantastic artist, and
He
that
is.
might be very fun to watch on Saturday.
Yeah.
Especially, there's nothing going on Saturdays. There's no wrestling. There's no, classic hockey games on.
Yeah.
At least not, classic Sabres games on MSG. I'm sure there might be, NBC might be doing something because it is supposed to be playoff time.
Right.
But I don't know. This one going on Saturday at 7 p.m. It's the Magic Tones live stream show number 2. Andy and Dennis will play their songs together. More details regarding the upcoming Magic Tones and guest stream. Another winner for the new Trophy Spatula Museum Wall Contest thing.
Yeah, you guys, if you didn't listen to the Magic Tones live stream last week, you missed out. I won a spatula. I'm not really sure what I did to deserve this spatula, but it's definitely going in a place of honor.
Oh, for sure.
I'm thinking I'm gonna drill a new hole in the kitchen. It's got my name on it.
Those Magic Tones spatulas are special.
They did not cheap out on the spatulas. These are nice spatulas.
Anyway, this is not anywhere close to this week.
What?
This Roots music.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
That's next week.
That's more than next week, I think. Let me see. Is that that's
Wow,
2
no,
weeks
that's
from
2 weeks
today.
from today.
Yeah, that's way out. So what was the other thing? Onyx.
Oh, okay. Onyx birthday live stream DJ event. This is on the 16th, which is Saturday, I think. Am I wrong? Right? Wrong?
16th is Saturday.
Okay.
I believe.
So,
Yes.
Dave Scafetta, Tim Roth, Christian Darkstar Lopez, Robert Matthews, Junior Frankie Robbie, Alistair Stewart, and I think also and more.
And more. I
and
know that
more.
band.
They will all be DJing, and this is for Frankie's birthday. Some of you know him as Onyx. He is the DJ whose birthday they're celebrating. So if you're into the electronic stuff, that might be a cool thing for you to check out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what we know about it. I mean, Joe Caffarella's been doing stuff.
Joe Caffarella's been doing stuff, I think, Thursdays.
I thought it was Fridays.
And he's definitely been doing stuff Fridays and Saturdays. So that's exciting for me.
Yeah, and we're gonna play some STEM in a little bit here, and we're old school STEMlins. In fact, the Living Brain Dead posted on Instagram a picture of was it the Dead to Me cover, or was it further? It was one of the two, just way back.
Yeah.
And Joe from Working Class Tips was like, "Oh yeah, Paul Mary's days," and I'm like, "No, dude, no, City Market, American Legion, or get the fuck out."
My God.
Those were the STEM days. It was American Legion.
The American Legion shows.
Everybody's getting high in between like the fish market and whatever was on the other side of it.
Took the words out of my mouth. Well, I remember the one time, and this is one of the last shows I think they got to have at the American Legion.
Yeah, we ruined that.
Somebody was smoking weed in the bathroom, and like they got on the stage and they were like, "Somebody's been smoking weed in the bathroom," and everyone cheered, and they're like, "No, like."
Yeah. No,
you guys can't do that. They're gonna kick us out.
It was always like between the fish market and like that little gap in between like the fish market and whatever was on the other side of it. But like, yeah, I remember going to fuck is over there now. It used to be Super Duper, and then it was Jubilee, and now it's Save a Lot. Right, It became a Save a Lot like right before all that, right before they stopped playing there. And I remember going in there because nobody had anything to smoke with. So I was buying tinfoil, and I thought I was slick, so I just slid it right across, just from the belt all the way across the scanner. Beep, like, yeah, beep. The fuck? There's 2 barcodes on this tinfoil for whatever reason, so they had to get a manager to void it off.
What do you kids need this tinfoil for, huh?
Yeah, right. I wonder if my mom's watching this. Hi, Mom.
I wonder if my mom's listening.
Your mom knows, though.
I know.
I'm sure my mom knows that I've done stuff.
Yeah. I don't hide it very well.
I was much more okay smoking weed than I ever was drinking. So,
Same. Very much the same.
Like just drinking was like bad.
Yeah,
like, because I wouldn't know my limits because I didn't drink much. So when I drank, it's like, yeah, all right, cool, yeah, I'll take another shot, sure.
Yeah.
And then I pass out and I wake up in places I didn't know where I was, or like I'll be throwing a party and I'll be like, what the fuck happened? Who are you people? Get out of my house. No, that's
what's a death weasel?
Yeah, fucking death weasel. Oh man, fucking death weasel. That was a whole different thing too. That was just, we had a keg that night actually.
Oh man, have you ever done a keg stand?
No.
Me neither. No. Surprisingly.
Of course, I was not a big drinker, and even at that time, I wasn't the biggest drinker in my band. So
yeah,
I wouldn't be the one doing a keg stand. I'm sure out of anybody that was there. But yeah, that was a crazy night. The night of Death Weasel. dude just randomly crashes at my house. I never met the guy before that night. I never saw him again until like a year or two ago.
Right, about a year.
Saw him at Tudor Lounge. Somebody, your cousin introduced.
Yeah.
Introduced.
Hey, this is Weasel.
This is my friend Death Weasel. Like, wait, what'd you say his name was? Like, I remember you. And he's like, oh yeah, I remember that. Like, you do? How? Yeah, no, that's yeah, I was never a big drinker. If I was stoned, I wasn't getting in trouble.
It's true.
You know what I mean? Like if I was drunk, who knows what was gonna happen?
Yeah.
But if I'm stoned, nothing's happening.
Yeah.
I might forget something. You know?
Right.
I did one time. I was so high I couldn't feel the pedals when I was driving somewhere.
Oh.
I had a car full of people.
Yeah.
And we like pulled into like I'm sure it's now a 7-Eleven, but back then it was a Wilson Farms over on
Okay.
Hyde Park.
Yeah.
The old blue tops over there. And like I just remember pulling in the parking lot and be like, I can almost feel my feet again, guys. And they're like, the fuck? Like, no, it's fine, it's cool, don't worry about it. You know, we were on our way to
now.
we were on our way to DJ at the bowling alley. So we were talking about that the other day. You brought up Snood.
Yeah.
You thought I was playing Snood or something.
Because you were
I was playing
Peggle.
Peggle. It was a week ago.
It was something that I knew was familiar.
Yeah, we were talking about Snood because I had this really shitty laptop, which I've always had really shitty laptops, and my laptop now is okay, but I'm still
okay.
like, man, I want a new laptop. And then I'm like, why the fuck do I want a new laptop? I never use this one. Anyway, I had just the shittiest possible laptop I could possibly find. I got it off eBay. And I'm like, all right, cool. I have a laptop. So now I can program all like a list of all the songs and everything in here. So if anybody wants to hear a song, they can see if I have it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I did all that. And then we installed Snood on it. And it took up so much of the resources of the computer. It was like damn near impossible to do anything else. But my best friend, who was also my, co-host when I DJ'd, was obsessed with Snood and would play it constantly.
Who wasn't obsessed with Snood?
This is true. That was a fantastic game. Like, I kind of miss it.
There's got to be something similar.
Well, I'm sure you could probably still get Snood.
Yeah.
You probably just, probably got to do some workarounds to get it to work on Windows 10 or something. But I'm sure it's... there are definitely similar games to Snood, but they're not as fun as Snood because you got all the characters and there's like a storyline to Snood.
Yeah.
And of course, all the things about, what was the guy's name? Dave?
I have no idea.
If you didn't pay for the game, like Dave's kids need food, so go ahead and register Snood.
Oh my God.
You remember those?
No.
Yeah, it was like he probably had a hacked copy, so you didn't have all that. Anyway.
Likely.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah, no, like Dave's kids need food, so go ahead and register Snood. And it was like $20 to register, but we were kids. Like, what the fuck? We ain't got no money.
I know.
$20.
$20 is a lot of money.
Who's got $20?
Ugh.
Now I'm just like, yeah, I can spend $20 on this computer cart that I'm probably not even gonna end up using.
Yeah.
At the time, I thought I was gonna use it. That's my excuse. I was anticipating using it.
It won't go to waste.
No, I'm sure we'll find something to do with it. Just like the thing I have this on right now is like a thing you're supposed to put like potted plants on.
Yep.
And I'm like, this is not going to work. And sure enough, it works fine.
It looks like it's not sturdy, but it really...
No, it's been holding it up fine. It's not doing anything. Just
I don't know. It's wobbly.
It's wobbly, but I haven't knocked it over, and I'm trusting you not to knock it over since you're close to it.
Why are you trusting me like this?
Because you don't have to.
Pressure is on.
You don't have to reach all that far. Your cup is in front of the computer.
I don't. Yeah. Yeah.
Your cup is in the cup holder that I installed in the desk.
Yes, and I thought it was so sexy that you got out the power tool.
I just couldn't get the screws to like tap, so I'm like, fuck, I need the drill. So when I got the drill and it already had the Phillips head screw bit in it, I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. So like, yeah, more power. But yeah, so we've got I've got cup holders installed in my desk.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty pimp.
got cup holders, and the only thing that I want to do now is I want to get just like regular mic stands for instead of the scissor mounts for the mics, because they're like, it's a tight fit.
It is.
So I would, but even then it would be like, okay, we got to plug the mics in. We got to move the mic stands over here because there's nowhere to put them on like the side of the desk either. So I'm just keeping an eye out. I know like Musician's Friend occasionally has a deal where you get like 2 of them for $20 or whatever. So
cool. Kind
of looking out for that instead of just like jumping into, okay, I'm going to buy these things I don't like absolutely need at full price.
Yeah.
Like I've been doing, like, hey, I just bought a brand new computer keyboard that I didn't need at full price.
You wanted it.
I did. I wanted an actual mechanical keyboard because this is a mechanical feel keyboard. And like I was watching Linus Tech Tips, guy I watch all the time on YouTube, and he or is it Linus? I don't know, whatever. I don't know. All I know is I'm on his folding at home team. But anyway, so I'm watching him, and he's just like, yeah, I bought all this Amazon Basic stuff to, hook up to the computer and see how well it works. And he got this exact keyboard, and he's like, oh, it says mechanical feel keyboard, so that means it sucks. And then he plugged it in. He's like, yep, this definitely is a membrane keyboard. It's definitely not a mechanical keyboard. Like, if you want a mechanical keyboard, buy a mechanical keyboard. And I'm like, I don't know what a mechanical keyboard really feels like.
Yeah.
But everybody says they're so great, so I kind of want a mechanical keyboard. So I figure, I already have a Red Dragon gaming mouse, which I don't do a lot of gaming on the computer. I have it because I can program macros and do all my editing.
Yeah, that makes sense for you.
Like much quicker. Much quicker.
With a click.
With a click. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just a single click. All I have to do is tap a button and, hey, look, there's a full edit done. Which I'm also using the Stream Deck for now, too, which is why I can actually get rid of this Amazon keyboard, is because I have all these macro keys that I'm now no longer using because everything's programmed into the Stream Deck. But I figure, okay, well, I could get a smaller keyboard with cooler lighting options. I might as well get a Red Dragon one because I have the Red Dragon mouse. So it'll all run off the same software.
Will they match?
That is what I'm hoping.
I hope so too.
That's what I'm hoping. I don't know for sure. I just was like, oh, Red Dragon keyboard, Red Dragon mouse, might be able to run it off the same software. That might be cool. So if I want to change my aesthetic in my studio, I just have to change, one thing on the computer. Well, one thing for the keyboard and mouse, and then, 2 things for the computer, and then the light on the the light behind me here.
Speaking of the light.
What about the light?
Can you humor me and change the light for the people that are watching on video?
What color?
Red.
Hey, Google, set my room light to red. There. How's that? Actually doesn't look too bad.
It's pretty.
Yeah. I had it running before the show. I had it running in Lucky Charms colors.
What does that mean?
It was pink, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple.
Is that the marshmallow colors?
Pink hearts, orange stars, yellow moons, green clovers, blue diamonds, and purple horseshoes. Yes, indeed. That's what I set the colors to. But the problem is I can't seem to change the brightness. So it's only running at about it looked like maybe 25% brightness. So you wouldn't be able to, it wouldn't pick up on the camera.
Right.
I don't think. So that's why I just went back to a static color and said, okay, we'll just do that because it's bright enough where you can see the color. But it's it would be brighter if it wasn't so light out right now still at 7 o'clock. But yeah, so, and I didn't need those either, the light bulbs.
No.
I was just like, ooh, okay, I can get these bulbs and I can hook them into if this, then that, and I can get them to do crazy shit. Like if I push the button to do the intro for the show, I could get them to flash like red and white. Ooh. And then I didn't know at the time that the app that these run on dropped if this, then that support. So I can't do that shit. So all I can really do is just change the colors and just tell my digital assistant here to turn my lights on and off. And I'm actually using one in the booth because it gives off less heat than a regular bulb.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So, and now I just need to remember not to stand up and turn the light off. I have to come out here and be like, Google, turn the light off,
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, speaking of music, it is that time. It is 7 o'clock, and
what do we got?
we've got some STEMM. I thought we played this song on the show before, and
No.
I was mistaken. We have not. We've only actually played STEMM twice before. We played something off of Further Efforts the first time.
Yeah.
And we played, I think, the most recent single before this one, with the one with the video with Judah in it.
Yeah.
Left Behind or whatever.
Yeah.
And this is their latest song. It's called Don't Act Surprised on All WNY, the Think So Joe Show.
Several years up to the day these memories won't fade away. All systems failed, but I thought that ship had sailed. Why do I remember everything? Your accusations never change. Every step I take, you try to drag me back to hell. As I leave you all behind, don't act surprised over the last thing that I said. Leave you all behind, things can never be the same. I tried. Was it something that I said that had you hanging by a thread? Why twist the truth when the needle pushes through? How much longer will this take? You're dead and dreaming while I lie awake. Why can't we tell? Is this heaven or is it hell? As I leave you all behind, don't act surprised over the last thing that I said. Leave you all behind, things can never be the same. I tried. I'm coming back with a vengeance, like nothing you've seen before. There's nothing you can do to stop me, so step aside, I'm finally free. I took the night from my back. I took the night from my back. And now it's time for me to react as I lay my hands upon you. So look around, there's no one else. All of my rage finally
That was STEMM, the song called Don't Act Surprised. That's their latest song after a long hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
They are finally back-ish. I'm sure this pandemic isn't exactly helping things,
Right.
as it's not for basically any bands around here, really.
But at least you can catch Joe doing his
That's
thing Fridays and Saturdays.
That is true.
on Facebook Live.
I spoke earlier about a tour that was offered to us that we didn't not take it because of the pandemic. We didn't take it because of the timing, and also like it was a buy-on, so we had to come up with the money and how we were getting around and everything. So, but I honestly, like, given the timing of the tour, I don't think it's even going to happen, to be honest. So, but it would have been a big opportunity for us had we been able to do it. But unfortunately, just the timing didn't work out for us. And
I'm selfish here, but I'm kind of glad that it's not working out because you would have been gone for my birthday.
This is true.
And like, big picture, that's not such a big deal compared to like you guys going out touring, but I would have still been bummed.
Oh, I know. Where would we have been on your? We would have been in New Hampshire.
Aw, so close, so close to Kelsey and Jack.
We would have been in New Hampshire, and then I think the next night, let me see, where was it? Next night we would have been in Boston.
Oh, they're in Vermont now.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if Vermont was on there. I didn't look.
It was.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, it would have been. We would have had a nice little northeast thing going on there. Unfortunately, not able to do it. We got out into the Midwest a little bit, into Illinois, Rockford, and Bloomington, out in Wisconsin, and it would have been a nice little tour. We've been down in Virginia. I could go and visit my buddy.
Oh, that would have been cool.
In August, and the closest we would have been to here would have been Rochester a few days before your birthday, and then Syracuse the next night. But it would have been nice, but unfortunately we had to decline and weren't able to take it.
More opportunities.
Oh, I'm sure, and I hope more opportunities just like that one, because that would have been great. And they actually like, we're gonna discount the buy-on price for us too. So,
oh wow.
But unfortunately, that wasn't our issue why we couldn't do it. So like, okay, yeah, for the price you're offering now, I can pay for that.
Yeah, wow.
I'm sure I would definitely want the other guys to pay me back, but we'd be able to probably do it at that price, with the exception of how are we getting there?
Yeah.
How are Brian and I working?
Right.
Because going on tour is going to be great and all, but we still have clients. Especially, I've got clients that have nightly work.
Right.
So, just a matter of, we need to find a quiet spot to hook up a Blue Yeti to a laptop or something, or to just an XLR into a Zoom or whatever. But we just need a quiet spot that, that's, sound is dead, But unfortunately, we weren't able to do it. And hopefully, once all of this is over, we'll be able to kind of say, all right, yeah, we're good. We can take on a tour like that and do something like that. And that would have been, a huge opportunity to get out and play in front of people that aren't, friends and family here in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Which, not to say that we haven't had great opportunities. Like we did the show with Knutson with 96 Bitter Beings, the former CKY frontman. We've done, other great things. We that I can't think of. Head PE, yes, that's the one I was trying to think of.
Right before the lockdown.
We were supposed to do Green Jello. That's passed, but that's rescheduled for, I think, like September or something.
Hopefully.
Hopefully that was going to be our Rochester big debut show.
Yeah.
We're really bummed about missing out on a lot of these shows, because we were playing different cities around, Western, and even getting out towards central New York. And, we were really looking forward to Rochester, because I had some friends coming out from Syracuse that were going to come check us out. And just it's a real bummer to not be able to get out and play shows and, even get together and practice. And I'm, that's why we're all kind of like, okay, we have this opportunity for the virtual Porch Fest. How are we going to do this? Can we do this? Is this something we want to do? And we've all kind of decided, yes, this is something we're going to hope to do, and we'll get together and get everything going.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon, and get a good video out of it, good sound quality and everything.
Yeah.
So
Well, at least you have the equipment to do.
yeah,
these
we're
things.
we're Brian's gonna bring a mic, and I'm gonna bring and he's gonna bring a camera, and I'm gonna bring 2 cameras. One of
Cool.
one of which is made for live sound, and
Yep.
another one that's got a a fancy Rode microphone on it, that I've shot video with before for live music that's come out perfectly fine. So
Yeah.
hopefully we'll have a pretty good video for Porch Fest. And maybe after that point that we're back together and being able to do stuff, maybe we'll come up with a live stream or something at some point
Oh,
if
that
we
would be
can
really nice.
get a decent enough internet connection.
Yeah.
That's that was the problem with the All WNY Awards, I think, was either my laptop sucked or we didn't have a decent enough internet connection, one of the two, which is the reason why I would want to get a better laptop than what I've got.
Yeah, definitely.
I was looking at like a Chromebook yesterday. I was watching, I was reading a review of it. It's like, oh, this is great because it's not only a laptop, it's also a tablet, but it's not as bulky as like, say, a iPad with a computer with a keyboard, and it works better than that. And it's not as bulky as like the Windows computer, the Surface, that folds and turns into a laptop or into a tablet or whatever. And so it's like, okay, that doesn't sound bad. It was a Chromebook. So it's like, I don't know what I can do with a fucking Chromebook.
Yeah, I have no idea anymore about computers.
So I don't know. I'm looking, but not looking. You know how that goes for me.
Yeah.
That always ends up with
You'll
buying.
end up with one.
Always ends up with buying. However, with NBA Jam coming out for the arcade 1-up and it being $500, I think I'm trying to not let my looking at things turn into buying those things anytime in the next couple of months, so I can actually go ahead and get that NBA Jam cab.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
NBA Jam was my shit back in the day.
I have heard.
Yeah. I talked about it last week on the show. Like the only other arcade 1-up I would buy would be like Mortal Kombat. And I'm surprised that it hasn't dropped in price. Really, I mean, I could have got it for like $200 over the holidays.
Oh.
But one, I didn't really have it over the holidays. And two, I didn't really want it over the holidays because like, where the fuck am I going to put it? Which is still an issue.
Where are you going to put it? That's
Which
a
is still
great
an issue.
point. Yeah.
Still an issue. I'll give you that. I will fucking figure it out for NBA Jam.
I mean, I'm not at all saying, like, no, don't get your video games or anything like that. Like, that's not my point. My point is just, like, it has to go somewhere.
No,
We
I
have cats with loaded weapons.
I understand that. I mean, my Madison was here last week, and we were talking to her, and I was talking to her, and she was like, "Oh, I'm never in my room anyway, so maybe I just make that into an arcade with
Yeah.
your office / my arcade
And a bed.
and a bed."
Nice.
Yeah,
That's where you can sit for your arcade.
and then we could get her into playing NBA Jam. Like, here, let me show you how to play this game.
Yeah, that would actually be
This is
pretty
the most
cool.
this is the most fun basketball game ever made. It's
I've
called
never
NBA
played it.
Jam.
I've never played.
You know what bummed me out though is like I'm watching this video about the NBA Jam arcade 1-up, and they're talking about all these things that you used to be able to do in NBA Jam in the arcades, but they're talking about a previous revision that's not going to be on this arcade 1-up machine, because Midway put out this game, the NBA Jam Tournament Edition, which that game is on the machine. And when they first put it out, you could put in secret codes, and you could be like Scorpion and Reptile and Raiden from Mortal Kombat, and do like fatalities and shit in NBA Jam.
Okay.
But the NBA was like, no, we don't want that.
Oh.
So they took it out in later revisions of the game, and obviously the game's going to be based on the latest revision.
Right.
So you're not going to be able to play as these Mortal Kombat characters, which, if you want to do that, you have to get an emulator and find the older version of it, which I may or may not have access to. Anyways. But yeah, so I spent many, many, many quarters in arcades playing NBA Jam back in the day. And they had one at like Frankie's Donuts.
Yeah.
Or maybe it wasn't Frank. It was I think like Jocko's was right next door at the time.
Really?
Was it Jocko's or was it? Yeah, it was Jocko's.
Jocko's was on Buffalo.
Jocko's, but there was one on. So like there was one on Pine Avenue. I'm pretty sure it was Jocko's.
I don't know. I think it might have been something else.
Am I wrong here? Anybody from Niagara Falls remember what the fuck I'm talking about?
Kevin.
I don't know if Kevin's watching right now.
Kevin.
But like right next to Frankie's Donuts, there was like a Jocko's. Try to think.
Like where the Chinese place is?
Where the Chinese place is now. That was
I
a
don't
Jocko's,
know.
and then it was Frankie's Pizza. And then it was a Cricket store for a little while.
Jeez.
But anyway, whatever that was, they had NBA Jam.
Okay.
And me and Page's Automotive was on the other side of Frankie's.
Okay.
And the dude that ran that, his kid and I were friends because my stepdad and his dad were friends. So we would go in there and we'd just throw quarters in the NBA Jam machine inside the pizza place there, just play.
Yeah.
Like nonstop. And it was not a cheap game to play. It was $2 per game.
Whoa.
And that's if you didn't go to overtime.
Back
Because
then.
you had to pay for overtime too if you got into overtime. So yeah, it was not a cheap game to play, but I played it constantly. I was always playing, and it's still one of my favorite games today. And like, you know, if I have an arcade emulator hooked up, I'm playing that. Like I somewhere around here, I have the original PlayStation version of NBA Jam Tournament Edition.
Mm-hmm.
Easy for me to say. I have NBA Jam, the original for Sega Genesis. I have an original copy from the day it was released. You can't, if you go on eBay and you try and buy NBA Jam, you might not get the copy I have because the copy I have has Charles Barkley on it. And they took Charles Barkley out when he released Shut Up and Jam, his basketball game for Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo and all that.
Oh.
So he came out and they put in somebody else in his place in the Phoenix Suns. I don't know who. I wouldn't know because I have the original that's got Charles Barkley in it. So, and that's how much I love NBA Jam is that was the first video game I ever pre-ordered.
Wow.
With my own money, I went to Blockbuster, I pre-ordered it. I got this whole like box full of NBA Jam stuff that I don't have anymore. There was like a little mini pennant and a little NBA Jam button and you know, all kinds of stuff. And I was just so excited because it's like, yeah, a couple weeks I can NBA Jam and I can play it at home, and I'm like so excited. And then I get the Genesis version, it's like, it's okay. It's not, you know, it's still fun. It's just, it's not the arcade version. And then, you know, you had to wait till you got the PlayStation, you know, till like PlayStation came out and you got the tournament edition. Like, okay, yeah, this is what I like. This is what I'm used to playing in the arcades. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's how excited I was over NBA Jam. And then, you know, that was the first, like I said, first video game I ever pre-ordered. And then you know, I've bought several video games on release day since, you know, over the you know 20 plus years since then. Jeez, I feel old now. Because I was old enough to, you know, pre-order the game when it came out.
How old did you have to be?
No, I mean, like I was old enough to have money to be able to.
Okay.
Like I paid for it with my own money. I was a kid still. I was like 10. I was like, you know, 12, 13 maybe.
Okay.
Maybe 14, somewhere around there. But like, you know, when you're a kid, like $60 is a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, I mean, to me,
$60 is still a lot of money.
Is a lot of money. But I don't have a job, so.
Right. Yeah, I mean, but you know, I think I was more excited to not have to put in $2 every time I wanted to play NBA Jam.
Right, it probably adds up.
Well, so like you could play NBA Jam for 50 cents. Just you only get one quarter of the game.
Oh, okay.
Like, so it was 50 cents per quarter.
Yeah.
And and the game was so fucking hard.
Really?
Like, yeah, I never fucking won on the arcade. So like when I got the Sega Genesis version, it's like I can put the difficulty to 1. To easy. Like I can play NBA Jam now and I might actually be able to fucking win. And I got better once like Tournament Edition came out, and then it's like, okay, well now you can't do you know, there's no CPU. I think they call it like CPU assist. So like if you're beating the computer gets better.
Oh.
And comes back and makes it a competitive game. So like that was the tricky part, was getting over that. So, you know, but hey, and you know, I'm excited now because you know, you get that NBA, you get that arcade feel with these arcade 1-up cabinets. You know, it's not exactly the same as getting the actual NBA Jam machine, and
Right.
but it's like, you know, you get the four controllers, you know, the four joysticks and the 3 buttons, and everything's set up all nicely. I think if I were, I think I said this before, if I were to buy any other arcade 1-up machine, it would be Street Fighter, so I can just throw an emulator in there and just use the controls for any game.
Yeah.
Because the Street Fighter controls, you got that nice 6-button layout and all that, but, you know, I wouldn't buy it for the Street Fighter games because I have the 30th anniversary edition for Xbox.
Oh.
That was a game that really sucked to play. Like, Street Fighter was an innovative game, and it was, you know, very, you know, it's got a huge legacy, and it inspired a lot of games that I love, like Mortal Kombat. But that game sucked to play, really. Like, once you get past, like, the 4th or 5th guy in the single-player mode, like, the computer just knows what you're going to fucking do and just counters everything, and is just shit to play against.
Oh.
Not as bad as Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 that we talked about last week, but still, I stand by my statement here.
So I played some Tetris.
Yeah, Tetris.
In my day.
Tetris was my buddy that just messaged me during the last song break. He was really fucking good at Tetris.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, he was, like, I could never be as good as him. So I just never tried. I was like, yeah, I'll play Tetris, but I ain't trying for no high scores or nothing. I'm just playing for fun.
I always just played for fun. I never really got competitive with video games. Except for Mario Kart, which is hilarious because I'm so bad at Mario Kart. Which is hilarious because who's bad at Mario Kart? Me.
I'm not great at Mario Kart. We used to play.
If there's water, I'm in the water. If there's, like, a way to hit the banana peel, I'm hitting the banana peel. Like, whatever trap you're falling for, I'm falling for it.
I think the problem with me for Mario Kart is I never really had the systems that it was on, so I never really owned Mario Kart.
Oh.
So, like, I didn't have Super Nintendo, and that's what it first came out on. I didn't have a Nintendo 64 until, like, way late in the life cycle of the N64. I never got a GameCube. I did have a Wii, but I got that late in the life cycle, so I didn't buy the Mario Kart for that. And I don't have a Switch. And I never had a Wii U, so I never really had the platforms to play Mario Kart on. So my exposure to Mario Kart would be, you know, when I was in high school, going to our friends' houses in Grand Island and playing it on N64, and, you know, they beat the hell out of us because they have the game and we don't.
That's not fair.
At least I don't, you know, like, my shit for N64 was always, like, the wrestling games anyway, so.
Of course.
You know, WWF No Mercy is the best wrestling game ever made. That's not opinion, that is solid fact. Go Google for what's the best wrestling game ever made. I'm sure that'll come up. But anyway. And even by the time I got an N64, I had already had tons of experience with that, just playing at Turtle's house, just, you know, playing endless cage matches, by which I mean they just went on forever. Like, dude, I needed to leave your house like half an hour ago. Why are we still playing this match? One of us needs to get out of this cage at some point. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've been looking for a Nintendo Switch. It's been impossible to find one.
Has it?
Yeah. I don't know if I want to. And then again, when I find one, I'm like, do I really want this? Nah, I don't want this. I think I want one because I can't find one. And then once I find one, I'm like, look, I found one. Okay.
There it is.
Game over.
Yeah.
Like, I barely play my Xbox. When am I going to have time to play Switch?
Yeah.
And, like, a lot of, you know, sometimes I'll play Xbox, like, on the computer. I'll just stream it, so I don't have to go sit in the living room. I can just stream it and...
Yeah, you don't have to sit out there with me.
That's not why I don't play out there.
Yeah.
When I'm playing in here, it's when you're sleeping.
So you say.
You would know if I was playing because the TV would come on and you'd hear the game.
Okay.
I play, sometimes at night while I'm waiting for a script or something. I'll play in here, and I'll just be like, all right, I'm going to get some NHL in while I'm waiting for this next script. And I can watch, like, YouTube on the other screen or something, or,
Yeah.
I don't do it often. I do it maybe once, twice a week,
Okay.
if even that.
I'm not mad.
But when the Mortal Kombat comes out, if I find out that it's not taboo to play a story mode,
Yeah.
the day a game comes out, I might sit in here and stream and play Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
I think that might be
I'll allow it.
might be fun. Might be something to do. Might give some other people something to do. Maybe some people who can't afford the game because they're laid off or whatever.
Truth.
Maybe they want to see the new storyline.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get some pictures from Virginia.
Ooh.
So as they went exploring today, they got to see some of the town.
I think it's so cool they ended up in the town that my grandmother
Yeah, that's cool.
lived in and my uncle lived in. My uncle lives in Florida now and my grandmother has passed away. But it's a nice town. Like, it's such a small world.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing these pictures. I'll probably look at them during the song break or something.
Yeah.
I'm really happy for him that he managed to get out of Western New York and got to his mom is in a place where she's being taken care of, and
Not having to worry about her means he can live his life.
he doesn't have to worry about he wasn't able to really get to where she was anyway.
Right.
So he's comfortable with where she's living, and he's comfortable. He was able to just leave and had a job waiting for him, basically.
He had it made.
Yeah, I mean, it was our old boss that came and picked him up and drove him there to.
Yeah, wow. I didn't realize he came and got him.
Oh, he came and got them. Gave both of them jobs.
Yeah.
Him and his boyfriend gave both of them jobs. Put them up in the hotel that they're going to work in until they're able to get on their feet.
That's great.
So it's like, man, yeah, you got it made, dude. You don't have to pay for shit.
Yeah.
You just go there. You stay. You're put up in a room.
Mm-hmm.
So all you got to do, and you're getting paid more. So all you got to do is take this money you're making, put it aside, buy food.
Yep.
The only like downside I see is like there's no like kitchenette or anything, so they're stuck with like microwave food or ordering food, which
or the breakfast buffet.
Right. Which the restaurant I guess isn't really open. The people that run it I guess have been bringing a food truck there.
Oh really?
Yeah. So well, I mean the restaurant's not going to be open right now with everything going on.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because they probably have different policies down there of what they're encouraging people to do and what's open and what's not open. But you would think it's probably somewhat similar to here. But that would be my biggest problem with that is like, oh fuck, what am I gonna eat? Like I'm gonna have to order food, or I'm gonna have to buy frozen food, or yeah, like what am I gonna do? And I'd much rather be able to, I don't cook often, but I'd like to have that option.
I like that you have that option as well.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we're going to order food after the show because
I'm going to break my fast.
We're running low.
It's been started for an hour and a half.
We're running low on food, so I'm going to order food.
I mean, there's stuff. We'll talk about it in the song break. There is stuff.
Well,
but I don't want to do dishes to cook.
Well, and the other thing is, like, I was already, like, I'm probably going to order food tonight and Instacart tomorrow because I didn't want to wait for Instacart.
Yeah, because we had this to do.
Because, like, you never know when Instacart's going to come.
No, it could be an hour. It could be, like, the next fucking day.
Right, so I didn't want to sit here, like, let's do Instacart and then... at like 10 in the morning, and then it doesn't get here till like 6:30, 7 o'clock, and we're on the air, and then anything we order is sitting out in the hallway.
Yeah.
Until we're off the air. Or
if not on the porch.
At least in a song break. Look at this. It's still in my area, my
Did you refresh the page?
I did not, but it auto-refreshes. It's on our street, but it's still in the area.
It's infuriating.
Like, it's not saying it's almost there. It's literally the UPS truck is up the street here.
I know. Do you want to go walk up the street?
No, because usually when he's parked right there, I see him. If I go outside, he's delivering to all the houses down that end, and then he'll come park right in front of our house and do like the middle portion of houses here.
Okay.
So so I'm not worried about it. I'm sure it'll be here within the next 10 minutes or so, but not worried about it because I'm on the air, and I'll worry about it after the fact. And, you know, where we could just throw the headphones on the desk for now till I get my headphone hooks.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Or
nothing
hook 'em
super.
on here. Hook 'em on the mic stand.
I don't want to do that, but
No.
it's nothing super important, you know. Anyway, so it's time for some more music.
What are we gonna play?
And this song popped in my head the other day because I was having a discussion, and we were talking about some future events and whether or not we were going to continue on with them. And I said, well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And so this is Breakaway by the Scarecrow Show on all WNY ThinkSoJoE Show.
Sometimes I feel like I'm wasting all my time, sitting here alone while my whole life just flashes by. Will I be remembered? Will I be forgotten? Thought-provoking questions in a world that's turned so rotten. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We gotta take it as it comes. I'm feeling trapped like a rat in a cage, like I got no room to grow. So I pack my stuff and head on down the road. Sometimes I feel like I just need a break. People pushing on my buttons and there's only so much I can take. Sometimes I feel like I've gotta get away. Things are happening all around me and I don't know what to say. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We gotta take it as it comes. I'm feeling trapped like a rat in a cage, like I got no room to grow. So I pack my stuff and head on down the road.
That was the Scarecrow Show on all WNY ThinkSoJoE Show.
They're just ridiculous.
I didn't realize we were getting Facebook comments because, like, the thing has YouTube comments, and then I have to click a different thing to get the Facebook comments. So, my buddy Brian says it was Jocko's that was next door to Frankie's. They later moved
so
to
I was wrong.
They later moved to Pine Avenue.
Pine Ave.
Yeah, and I do believe they eventually moved to Buffalo Avenue.
Well, when I worked there, it was on Buffalo Ave.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
But that's why we weren't getting the likes and everything too. That all started. And we got followers, I guess. I don't know. Well, I'm learning this software as we go. This is only the second week we're using this software to stream. But anyway. Yeah. So yeah, no, it's but yeah. But I distinctly remember there was Jocko's,
Uh-huh.
and then it moved. I know Frankie. I knew Frankie's was always there. I was never debating that, but anyway,
Right.
Jocko's was there, and then they moved to Pine Avenue, and then they moved to 72nd and Buffalo Avenue.
Yeah.
Or they might have had that location for a while. I don't know, but and my buddy that I worked with who passed away, on my back porch.
Oh my goodness.
Pretty much, almost. He died in the hospital, but he was basically dead when they got him. I bumped into his wife at Jocko's, the one on 72nd, maybe a year later, and she's like, "Oh, you're Joe, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, I'm Eddie's wife, and thank you so much for getting him to the hospital and everything." So, that's and she bought me a beer. It's, I didn't make a habit of hanging out there, but it was like right around the corner from my house.
Yeah.
When I was living over in that area. So,
Yeah.
of course now I'm out here in Buffalo, and we got Leo's right up the street from us. But,
Yeah, which is great.
Oh yeah, it's been great, and we ordered from there the other day.
Yeah, we got calzones.
We got our driver, our usual driver.
The guy,
The guy who's always like chatting with me. It was Sunday because it was the day of Money in the Bank. He's like, "Oh, you watch the pay-per-view tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah, probably." So that which I did. It wasn't awful. It was different, but it wasn't awful, and it was short.
Yeah.
He was hoping it would go to like 11 o'clock, so because he was getting out at 9, he wanted to get home and catch most of it. But it ended at 9:30.
Oh, that sucks.
It's like, oh man, like I hope he at least got home to catch like the tail end of these Money in the Bank, matches that were really uniquely done, for this year, because they needed to come up with something. But I guess like from now on, until everything's back to normal and they're able to get fans back into the arenas, they're only doing like 2.5 hour pay-per-views.
Oh.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
I gotta say, like, it's really nice to, like, okay, that started at 7, it's over at 9:30, like, cool, I can get back to my regularly scheduled life here.
Right.
Instead of, having to devote 3, 4, 5 hours to a WWE show on a Sunday night. But, yeah, I'm kind of, but yeah, so I it was nice to see him, because he hasn't been our delivery guy in a while.
Yeah.
But he was such a, he was so cool every time he would drop something, delivered to us. And so I was happy to see him. It's like, oh, by the way, here's $5 cash, because I forgot to put a tip on the thing. So,
Oh, yeah.
I always tend to forget. And it's like, oh man, it's a good thing I got all this cash just laying here.
Yeah.
So what the fuck am I doing with cash these days?
Right. Who uses cash?
Can't get to the bank. I'm not trying to go to stores. So,
Oh, our poll is live.
Yes, it is. So if you want to go vote and have a chance to win a Voice of Dissent CD, you can go let us know on the poll if you want to, if you miss live local music.
Yeah.
Or is it just live music? I don't know what I put.
I don't know how we worded it.
I don't know what I put. Just go vote in the poll, and we'll pick a winner next week to get this Voice of Dissent CD that's got that great song "Revenge" that you heard earlier in the show.
It's actually not going to be the new CD. They haven't recorded yet.
Oh.
It's going to be their first CD that has "Jesus Says He Loves Me" on it.
Okay, then that's a fantastic CD too.
Yes, it is.
Like I said, after we recorded "Revenge" into the board here to play on the show, I'm like, ooh, next song's "Jesus Said He Loved Me." I'm sitting here, I'm listening to this before I do anything else.
That's a good tune.
And I actually "Don't Act Surprised" wasn't the first STEMM song I recorded either. I recorded "Monster," and then I went and I looked, and I'm like, wait, we haven't played this new one yet. I'm gonna play this new one. So I had to go erase "Monster" and record this new one.
Yeah.
But
that's not hard on this.
No, I mean this board makes everything great.
Everything's super easy.
Yeah, it's great for podcasting. I love it. I really didn't want to drop $600 on a mixer, but circumstances being what they were, and I was already looking at it. It was already like on my mind, and like I literally had tweeted Road earlier in the night before I came home to find that my board wasn't working properly. Mm-hmm. So I was like, fuck, I guess I'm ordering this now.
Yeah, it's time.
So actually, I just made a payment on it. No, actually, I think I paid on the on my Helix today. I can't wait to not have some of these payments for sounds. They're not hurting me much. You know what I mean? Like, I have the money to pay them. Just, it'll be nice to not have to pay them.
I hear ya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got all our bills caught up. I'm kind of it's not that I don't have the money to pay the bills. It's just that I suck at paying bills. So I was like looking I was trying to pay the electric bill last week, but I couldn't log in.
Oh.
So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I guess I'll pay the gas bill. And so when I paid the gas bill, and I paid like all the past due, I paid it down to zero. I put us on the budget plan and automated payments. So that way I don't got to worry about the fucking gas bill.
No.
Gas bill is done.
Yeah.
Like, it'll pay its damn self. All right. So then the next day when I got into the electric bill, it's like, oh shit, this was due like yesterday.
Oh God.
Like, it's not my fault I couldn't pay it on time. I tried.
Right.
So like, as soon as Monday came along and I paid myself, I paid the electric off, and I couldn't get them to let me do a budget plan because I apparently had defaulted on a budget plan in the last 6 months.
Because
I suck at paying bills.
Well,
I suck at paying bills.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. I just suck at paying bills. So
it's like a third of adulting.
And like when I get to the cable bill, like the cable bill's still behind. But I'll get to the cable bill, like the first show of a month, I'll be like, all right, I better pay the cable bill so they don't cut us off in the middle of the show.
Yep.
That's why the cable bill
he
gets paid.
actually does.
Which I want to kind of pay them off and be like, get rid of the cable TV, give me faster internet, and then I'm just going to sign up for like Sling and use Sling for TV because their app's gotten better. I won't deny that their app has gotten better. I've been able to get through shows without a total exercise in frustration, been able to watch like 3 things at once without having to go to the network websites and get it there. So credit where it's due, they've improved their app. Just, I think it would be cheaper maybe if I get faster internet, which would be better for the show. Right? That's the plan. It would be better for the show.
Okay.
That's my excuse.
I'm convinced.
Anyway, that's my excuse for wanting faster internet.
Yeah.
It would be better for business because then I can upload, bigger files faster.
There you go.
Anyway, but I'm like, I might be able to get away cheaper if I just upgrade my internet, get rid of my cable, get Sling, which is only like $25 a month for basically the shows I watch. So, I'm thinking but I have to pay the cable to zero before I can do that.
Yeah.
Or at least not past due, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what we're, I'm trying to get better at paying bills and keeping things paid up. Like, I've been paying my child support every week.
Yeah, I noticed.
I've even got a dedicated shelf on this desk for child support papers. It's got my envelopes, it's got my stamps, it's got my address labels that I printed out to make it so I don't have to write out that long ass, NYS Child Support Processing Center. It's a long fucking thing to write every week, isn't it?
Yeah.
You think?
Well, that's a lot to fit on an envelope.
It's bad enough. Yeah, it is. And it's bad enough I got to write it on a check every week.
Yeah, oh my goodness, I didn't think of that.
I got to write it on a check every week, and then I got to write it on the envelope, and then write my address on the envelope, and I got to look up the address. So I just said, fuck it, I printed some address labels. So now all I got to do, I write the check. I got my little receipt thing that I got to send them. Mm-hmm. So write the check, I write the amount on the receipt, fold that up, throw it in an envelope, stick these little labels on it, and then I just then throw a stamp on it, throw it in the mail.
Yeah.
Done. And actually, what I do is I make the envelope as soon as I make everything as soon as I throw the envelope in the mail.
Yeah.
I make next week's envelope. So I got this week sitting right here ready to go out.
Nice.
For tomorrow. So I just go throw it in the mailbox tomorrow. It gets, mail guy picks it up. It gets sent. It gets cashed on Monday.
Yeah.
So
magic.
Yeah. It's and then I just make the new one and it's all ready to go and I'm ready to just throw it in the mailbox next week. So I'm doing my best to get better at paying my bills and everything else I need to do as an adult here. And I'm trying to get, I've got my credit score is both of my TransUnion and my Equifax score are in the 600s. And I'm willing
That sounds like it's not bad.
well, it's my Equifax is fair,
Fair.
and my TransUnion needs work.
Okay.
But I'm hoping after Capital One reports my current balance, and after my bank reports my loan payments, I'm thinking my Equifax is going to go up into the 700s.
That's wonderful.
And that's going to be great. Because then, like, if I'm on Best Buy's website and I see, like, get the Best Buy Visa card
You can.
and get this $500 arcade machine you want for $25 a month
Oh my God.
instead of paying the full $500 up front.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You're gonna do it anyway.
Instead of putting $500 down all at once, I can pay $25 a month. And I mean, that's how I'm buying all my guitar gear anyway, is paying X amount of dollars per month to Zounds and getting, they can see you yawning.
I'm sorry, guys. I know you can see.
Oh, this froze during the song break over there. We go. Okay. Captions are auto-generated. There we are. Hey. Okay. Anyway.
There's me yawning.
Yeah. Anyway. We got to look at some pictures from Virginia. It looks like a nice,
Yeah.
quaint town. The
It looks
roads
historical.
the roads are all paved.
Yeah, there's no potholes.
Yeah, no potholes. It's just everything looks like crystal clear, really nice. Looked like the weather was beautiful today. I'll have to ask, but I try not to communicate with the outside world when I'm on the air unless they're watching the show. So if you want to talk to me between 6 and 8 on Wednesdays, the best way to do it is go on Facebook and watch the Facebook Live, go on YouTube, watch the YouTube Live, go on all WNY and listen to it there. You know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to extract the audio from one of these videos and put that up on Anchor.
Oh yeah.
Because you know what? No, never mind. I was going to say, you know what? It would have recorded, but it wouldn't have recorded because I didn't hit the button until like 15 minutes into the show. So that's what I'm going to have to do for the podcast is just...
Yeah.
And then, of course, I haven't hit this record button in weeks. So,
Oh, of course.
maybe that's something I should start remembering to do so I have a backup in case something like this happens.
Yes.
I'm just so focused on how do I get the show on the air on the streams, the video streams,
Yeah.
that I forgot all about the audio stream.
I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I don't know either. Just as long as there's some kind of semblance of a show up here somewhere.
Well, we try to have structure.
Yeah.
Chaotic structure.
And I can throw both wrestling shows on one monitor and the hockey game on my phone or something and do all the editing over on the other
yeah.
monitor. That's what I've been doing every week anyway, is just watching 3 things at once while editing the show and getting it up on Anchor.
You're nuts.
Yeah, well,
And I'm the one that needs Adderall.
I will tell
What
you
the
this.
fuck?
I will say this much. Watching hockey, like classic hockey games with a full audience, while watching these wrestling shows with no audience, makes the wrestling shows 10 times better.
I believe you.
Because it's like just awkward to watch wrestling with no audience.
Yeah, it makes me uncomfortable.
Like Money in the Bank was the first time I really watched, I guess WrestleMania
Yeah.
was, but it was like the first time I really like sat down and just watched wrestling with nothing else going on since all this has happened. So it's like, oh man, like it's so quiet.
Yeah. It's unsettling.
Yeah.
Like, it just makes you really anxious. Like, I don't know. Like, you ever, like, you're waiting. Like, perfect example is when you're a kid and you're playing hide and seek and you're just waiting for the person who's it to come and find you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just waiting and waiting. And then you have to poop. Like, you get all,
You have to poop.
you get all anxious and then you have to poop.
Sure.
That's kind of what it makes me feel like. Like, I just I'm unsettled and I have to poop.
I'm starting to think that like the look above the thing, if I'm looking like at where my teleprompter would be, is more of a result of this wide angle lens. I think if I took the wide angle lens off and just used the regular lens, it would probably be fine. I don't know. I'm just somebody gave you a laugh react on that poop thing too, so
I mean, I'm giving them gold.
yeah.
So,
But yeah, so But yeah, it's, watching the hockey at the same time just makes it so much better. Because it's like, oh, okay, cool. Like, it doesn't feel awkward with no crowd reaction.
Yeah.
Like, at least AEW has the wrestlers in the crowd and are making noise and, doing something.
Yeah.
WWE's just like, listen to our shitty commentary team. So, but, that's what I'm going to end up doing right after the shows. I'll put AEW and NXT over on one screen and hockey on another while I'm editing, that's why I need the third screen now.
Oh my God.
That is something I need to do.
At what point do I put my foot down?
It's for work.
It's all, fuck you.
It is.
It's so you can play and work at the same time.
It is not so I can play. It is so I don't have to keep switching screens and like moving my apps between screens and everything. I can have everything right here. So if I need to quick check something, I can just click on it instead of having to, click on it and then do the little keyboard command to move it over. And
all right. Well,
it's for productivity's sake.
It's for work.
It's for productivity's sake. Yeah.
Someday I'm going to put my foot down.
Sure you are.
About something.
Sure you are.
I'm sure I will.
I'm sure. You don't know what I don't tell you when I spend money anyway.
No.
You didn't know I bought these bulbs until the day I got the bulbs.
No.
You're like, what'd you buy? I'm like, light bulbs.
Which is funny because we need regular light bulbs.
I'm thinking of just getting some of the white smart light bulbs and you just tell Alexa to turn your fucking lights on.
I feel like we're getting really lazy with...
I like the idea of having a smart home, but I like the idea of I liked it better when I had the idea of I could connect these lights to if this then that and have it do shit like if I get a Facebook notification to fucking flash the lights or some shit, stupid shit like that. Like, your package got delivered from UPS, lights are flashing, you could go grab it from the hallway now. It did get delivered during the song break, by the way, if anybody's wondering. It's here.
They were on the edges of their seats.
Yeah, I'm sure. They're here though. We can as soon as the show's over, we can go and get get my package.
That's great.
That's why
I'm all about getting your package. See what I did there?
I see what you did there. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, after the show, I got lots of stuff to do. I got to order food. I got to edit the show, and I got to upload the show and promote the show and watch wrestling and get my stuff from UPS and set all that up. And
yeah,
I guess not the keys because I got to wait for the keyboard.
Yeah,
I think they'll fit this keyboard, but I don't.
You're gonna try, aren't you?
I might try.
He's gonna try.
I might try. They should fit this keyboard. But the problem is, I'm not going to have this keyboard after tomorrow. I mean, I'll have the keyboard. I'm just not going to use it. So, am I going to really switch the keys out and then switch the keys out on the new keyboard tomorrow?
That sounds like a lot of work.
I'm looking forward
tedious work.
It's going to look cool, though.
Yeah, I bet it does.
Yeah.
We'll once he's done, we'll put pictures.
Sure.
Actually, you have progress pictures, don't you?
Do I?
Well, you've been taking pictures.
Maybe check my Facebook. Maybe I posted some
Yeah.
stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did.
I've been taking pictures, trying to get good shots of the desk because, hey, check out my new workstation, guys. Look what
Yeah.
I got now. There's one that went into the line, I think it was the Line 6 group. It might have been the podcasting group. I don't know. It was in some group somewhere. Oh, yeah, here's my desk. And I just took a nice little side picture of the desk. And I didn't bother to move the vitamin bottles out of the way. So I was like, oh, hey, look, you can see my vitamins too.
Did you take your vitamins today?
I have not. Usually I'll take them right before I start work.
Oh, okay.
Because then I get the energy to work throughout the night.
Okay.
With the vitamins, vitamin, whatever the fuck I'm taking, B and D, is that what it is? I don't even know.
You're definitely taking D, you're B12.
B12 and D3. I'm not talking to the microphone now. B12 and D3. Bingo.
Ow!
Bingo. B12 is actually a
Yahtzee.
bingo number.
Yahtzee.
I have Yahtzee, I think.
I think you do. That would be fun to play.
I got this really nice, fancy Scrabble.
You do. I was actually just thinking about it.
Yeah. You know what I'm doing Saturday?
What?
I'm doing, let me see if I can find it here. Simpsons Trivia
Really?
from Chicago.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it's Saturday. Let's see, Classic Simpsons Trivia. And Classic Simpsons Trivia Chicago from home, hosted by Woohoo Classic Simpsons Trivia Nights and Neil Arsenty Comedy. That's Saturday from 3 to 4:30 Central Time.
So that's 4 to 5:30?
Yes.
Or is it the other way?
No, I think you're right. I think it's 4 to 5:30. That's on Twitch TV / Daily Simpsons. So I saw that and I'm like, you know what? That might be interesting. And it's 50 questions about seasons 1 through 11 only.
Oh.
So even if you're just an old school Simpsons fan who thinks the last 20 years have just absolutely sucked, you might do well at this.
Yeah.
And you know me, I've been watching seasons like 2 through 10 over and over again.
Yeah.
Just like, okay, but okay, season 12, all right, but like I really want to see this season 4 episode. Of course, Whacking Day was the other day. It was May 10th.
Yes.
And of
Happy
course,
Whacking Day.
Of course, I had to go back and watch the Whacking Day episode.
Yes.
Just happened to fall on Mother's Day this year. I texted my mom and I texted my kid's mom, so I did my part.
Yep. What about your cat's mom?
Happy Mother's Day. Yeah. I don't know. It's just, it never occurred to me that it was Mother's Day, and I don't really do much for my mom anyway, other than like usually post on Facebook, like, Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers, especially mine. You know, my mom's awesome.
She is. She's pretty cool.
And I haven't seen my mom in a long, long time now. Cause
at least 2 months.
It's been a while.
It's
Because
been
she
since,
came out to a show.
Thanksgiving or?
I think it was my birthday show. I think she came out to. It Stamps, and I don't know if I've seen her since.
We saw her at Thanksgiving.
Oh, we did see her at Thanksgiving. That's correct. You are accurate.
And I met
statement.
Chester.
That's right.
Chester is such a cute cat. He's got an overbite. Like, he can't close his mouth.
We gotta go.
We gotta go.
We're past time. All right. This is Lexxi Raine. It's from her latest album, and it's called He Says, She Says on All WNY Think So Joe Show. We'll see you next week.
I have a habit of falling for guys who only want to fall in love with themselves. And oh, I know it's not the healthiest of choices, but I keep coming back for more. Maybe I'll find a nice guy who only wants to treat me right and make me fall in love. But cynical beats logical, and yes, that could be wonderful, but sensible's out the door. 'Cause girls like the guys who like to throw them all away, and guys like the girls who try to make them want to change, 'cause they won't. Girls believe in romance while the guys believe in sex. We wear our hearts right on our sleeves instead of in our chests. Girls will overanalyze and guys will look you in the eyes. Well, I'm done, because what is love? You wanna do things by the book, but everywhere you seem to look, the feelings have gone dry. 'Cause guys obsessed with silly games are the reasons why we complain and look for other highs. And no, I'm not about to say that every guy is just the same, 'cause that would be unfair. But just in my experience, they lack a sort of common sense, 'cause when it's good, they bail. 'Cause girls believe in romance while the guys believe in sex. We wear our hearts right on our sleeves instead of in our chests. Girls will overanalyze and guys will look you in the eyes. Well, I'm done, because what is love? We wear